What's up, everybody? Rashid here, and in today's video we're going to talk about something that 90% of salespeople do not do. It's one of the easiest things you can do, but it's one of the most things that get overlooked in the sales process, and that's follow up. Listen, NADA said 90% of salespeople don't even do this, which is crazy. And it's one of the most easiest things you can do, and you're leaving sales on the table if you don't, because guess what? Joe Blow down the street at Down the Street Motors, guess what he's doing? He's following up with these customers and he's getting them back in. If you're not doing that, you're losing out on a lot. But listen, let's go ahead and break this down. It's a good way to do it, and it's a bad way to do it. So we're going to break all this down here and kind of give y'all some actionable steps here to get better at follow up. All right, let's hop on in. So I wrote a couple things down here. We'll kind of go over it and bounce back and forth between a couple things, but let's do it. So we follow up. You want to follow up with intent. What that means is you're not just calling just to call. And a lot of salespeople, they just consider follow up just either manually closing it, and some do that, but that's bad. Or they call and just be like, "Are you ready to buy the vehicle? Okay, well, call me back when you're ready. Just keep me in mind." Come on, man. Where are you going to get with that? That's not invoking anything from the customer. That's not giving the customer a reason to even want to come back and see you if you just keep asking them, are they ready? They wasn't ready then. They might not be ready then. And guess what? It's this person down the street getting them more information than that. They're going to get the sale because they're building more rapport. So, listen, let's do it. You got three ways, primary ways to follow up with a customer. Either phone call, texting, or email. They all are very important. All three. You have to do all three. Some people feel like doing just one is enough. Well, let's just put this in the whole scenario. Do you always answer the phone? I'm asking you. Do you always answer the phone? No. If somebody texts you, are you more likely to respond to the text or the phone call if you don't know the number? The text, right? So you got to do both. But some people, it's completely different. Some people, they might not respond to text. They might only answer phone calls. Or, some of these business people, they check their emails. You think they're going to just answer a phone or a text from you and you don't email them? I mean, there's no way you're going to get in touch with them. But that's why also, when you're getting all the customer information to log them into your CRM, you need to make sure you have all three of these. And you can even ask them, what's the best way to communicate with you? So you'll know how to handle that particular customer. But that's another thing. But definitely doing all three will set you apart. Every lead that you got, you should go back in the system and try to do that. Like, don't just phone call them. Like, I mean, yes, they're not answering. Maybe their phone's off or something like that. But if you got their email, you can shoot them an email. A quick little email, kind of break down a couple things. Talk about the car, the incentives, whatever you got going on. But you need all three every day. I can't stress it enough. You need to do all three every day. But I'm going to give you some good tidbits here. With phone calls especially. With phone calls, calling with intent is the most important part. So I wrote a couple things down here that you all can use as some actionable steps to get better at your phone calls. Instead of just picking up the phone, asking these customers, are they ready to buy? And them telling you no, and then you just tell them call again when you're ready to buy or something like that. You need to ask them some different stuff. Like, this is a little script I like to use. And we use this at work, and it really works. So you talk to the customer once you get on the phone with them. Hey, Mr. Customer, did I catch you at a good time? And let you know if you called them at a good time. That's good to know too, because if you call them at a bad time, guess what? You need to call them back later and schedule a time to do that later. But if you catch them at a good time, you ask them, and this is a script, but you need to put this in your own words. Any lingering questions? So that's the second thing you ask them. Like, hey, Mr. Customer, I really enjoyed your visit on Saturday. I just wanted to check in and see if you had any questions for me about the vehicle or anything like that. Say something. You put your own spin to it, and they'll tell you if they had some questions or anything like that. That you can answer those questions as they arise. Then you just ultimately ask them straight up, did you like the vehicle? Because that's going to tell you a lot of stuff. If you did your needs assessment right, this wouldn't be a problem. For you guys that didn't do the needs assessment right, you're going to have some issues moving forward. But now go watch my needs assessment videos to get good at that. But you find out they like the vehicle. If they did, say, okay, that's really amazing. It's one of the top rated cars, something there to get them all hyped up about it after they say that. Then you can ask them well, hey, are you comparing the vehicle to anything? They'll let you know what competition they're having. They might say, hey, I'm comparing it to a Lincoln. I'm comparing it to a Chevy. I'm comparing it to a Dodge. And don't down talk any other vehicle. I don't believe in that. Don't be saying oh, the vehicle's trash and all that. You can be yeah, they're all amazing vehicles, but I'm gonna send you some information that'll help you compare. Then you can send them every manufacturer has some comparison tools. You can send them some stuff like that and show why your vehicle is superior to those in the competitors. Then you can also ask them after that, what's one thing that surprised you out of the vehicle? If you did a good demo, guess what? You'll be able to do this part really easy. They'll be able to tell you, man, when you showed me that the car has UVC lights in it, the heads-up display, the heated seats, whatever. But if you did a good demo, they'll remember those things about the car that you showed them. And they'll point that out when you ask them what surprised them the most. Then after that, you ask them, well, what was the one thing? If it had to be one thing, most people say it 3 times, the one thing that stopped you from moving forward when you were here, what would that be? And they'll tell you. And then you can be like, hey, well, if we can get figures agreeable, we can get you more money on trade, are you ready to move forward? You can't put the ball in their court. And they'll let you know something. But guess what? After this follow-up call, even if you don't set an appointment, you will know a lot more information that you did the day they were there that you didn't get. You'll find out where they're at, all that good kind of stuff, and also a way and a direction to go. So now you can go to your manager and say, hey, this is what he said. He said this is where he at. Then your manager might say, well, let's put a good deal together and just send it over to him and kind of see what he thinks. Things like that. But having a good, solid phone call is going to change the game up. And I promise you guys, once you try doing that a couple times and it starts getting repetition, you're going to be a lot more successful. Now, when it comes to text and email, this is what I do. I actually am a younger person, right? So I'm not scared of AI. I like the AI. Most CRMs have AI built into it. Be personable, but at the same time, I'm not opposed to using ChatGPT for text and emails. If it can get you to be more efficient, why not use it? In my opinion. Let's just really think about that. If something makes you more efficient, is it bad? Because guess what? If you could send out 30 or 40 texts in an hour or two, is it bad? So you should use that technology that you have at your hands to your advantage, because that way you can get done with all your follow-up and get back to catching lot-ups or phone-ups or whatever you need to do. But making sure you shoot a text and an email along with that phone call, you done hit all 3. They're bound to respond to one. And you gotta be persistent, guys. You gotta hammer the phones, you gotta hammer the text message, and you gotta hammer the emails. You can't let up, because guess what? Sometimes it takes 5 or 6 or 7 touches just to get somebody to respond sometimes. Especially with these internet leads that be coming through. Some people just give up and be like, it's a fake lead. They didn't answer the phone one time. And then they come in and then they say they haven't talked to nobody. And then you're like, man, I'll be calling this person. Well, have you really been trying hard enough to get in touch with them? You might follow up with them one day. Now you ain't talked to them for a week straight because you thought it was a fake lead. Now they come in and somebody sell them. Now you're mad that you got skated, essentially. But you didn't have no contact. You got to try to get in contact with these people. You got to do all methods. And let me show you something else. That if you do this, it's going to set you apart from 90% of salespeople. What's it called? It's called video. Video is what's going to set you apart from 90% of salespeople. 90% of salespeople do not shoot videos. And I'm not saying like TikToks and all that stuff like that. You only have to do it. And I do believe all salespeople should be on social media because you have to build a brand. But regardless of that, when these customers put inquiries in on a car, You're there 10 hours in a day. So you telling me that you can't just go pull a car around, shoot a quick video of it, send it to them, and be like, hey, Mr. Customer, my name's Rashid. I work at XYZ dealership. Just wanted to put a name to the face. I'm your dedicated sales consultant here. If you have any questions about our vehicles or anything in our inventory, be sure to reach out to me. Here's my phone number, something like that. But imagine you as a customer getting a video from your salesperson telling you that this is the car, it's an amazing car. You're gonna feel hyped up like, man, he's a good dude. Like, you're already gonna have a good opinion about somebody before they get into the dealership. You know what I'm saying? Because like, look at these guys like Russ Flips Whips and all these other guys on YouTube that and TikTok that made videos. People never even talked to them, but they already had a great opinion about them. So by the time they were ready to buy from them, it was all easy. So apply that knowledge here. Video is going to help you out. Video is going to help you out. I don't care what none of these people say. A lot of older style car gurus like to say video doesn't work. It works. I'm telling you, it works. Phone, text, email, and video. I know I said 3 trifecta, but it's really, guess what? 4. Phone, text, email, and video. If you do that, you're going to be successful, I promise you. If you can do all 4 of these to every lead you get, you're going to get a lot of sales. You're going to get sales that you thought wasn't going to be there because you're doing that. Because somebody else is not following up with them and you are. Guys, don't sleep on follow-up. It's a very important step. And you'll, like I said, you'll get a lot of sales from it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out a ton. If y'all have any questions or anything I can help y'all out with one-on-one or anything like that, feel free to drop something down in the comments below. Also, the deal room is open. That's my community where we talk about sales and sales training and all kind of things revolving sales. And I would love for you all to be in there. Go to join it down in the description below. It's completely free on Discord. Rashid out. Peace. You all be safe.